done with the rain. Everything's soggy and wet. I know the rain's a necessary evil, but I thought it was April showers bring May flowers. It is May the 16th. We've had rain for the last 3 days and got rain for another 3 more days. But whatever. So, in this bin here, we have things that I've associated with the Philippines. Why do I have such what is it called? A a love for the Philippines. I don't know. It's a beautiful place, and I brought back some beautiful things. Some being these cosmos seeds here, which are doing quite nicely. They're all have come up for the most part, and then there's still some coming up. So those would be great. I have these elephant ears here, which are going to be great. These are the first set of leaves, which are tiny, but they're going to get huge, like really huge. There's that one that popped up too. I also have these plants here, which if you touch them, they slowly close up. And if you're in the Philippines, they have those on the ground and you touch them and they all like close up slowly, which is kind of cool. All these other little things in here are growing, but I don't know what they are. It's alright. Have the hosta here, which looks great. It's doing really well. Yeah, I planted that back there, which is a citronella mosquito plant. It smells really good. And a marigold next to that. It's a real mosquito-y over here. It's real damp, so hopefully that cleans that up a little bit. I have some cosmos growing in there as well. A little upturned wine bottle is a great place for a bird to sit and perch, which is kind of cool. A little thing you can do. These are called rubinum or something like that, which is annual. But I like the fact that they put out roots as they lay down, so to make this area nice and has like a pretty peach flower on it. Along this path here, I planted some marigolds that are yellow. I think that'll be pretty cool. There's another one of those rubina things right there. So hopefully this area gets filled up with that. It has the hostas behind them. The variegated one, which is like really, like somebody painted that. That's like amazing. And the forsythia bush behind it, which is growing. And I'll just keep cutting that back. I don't want that to get too out of control. I planted these here, which are like a pink bell-shaped flower. That's also an annual, but I just took all the dirt out of here, planted those there, and I want that to just a patch of flowers. I planted one elephant ear here. Hopefully that comes out and just be really nice right there. I have a confession to make. So when I put the weed paper down and the mulch, I covered up everything. I didn't care. I remembered where certain things were, but I didn't remember where other things were. And I looked at a photograph and I said, wait a minute, I had 1, 2, 3, 4 clumps of hostas. Where the hell is the 4th one? Poor little buddy. It was buried under weed paper and mulch, and I dug a hole, ripped a hole in the weed paper, and I dug the mulch back, and it was sure enough, it was under there trying to grow. So this is what it should look like. This is what that looks like. Hopefully, now that it's alive and and free, and it's an overcast day, which is great. So it's not getting like direct sun. It'll green up and it'll be great. So we'll follow this and see how this takes off. But poor little buddy, forgot all about you. But it's all right. And I'm pausing because every time I look at this thing, I can forget the name of it. It's like crazy. Oh my God, ridiculous. But it's a plant, and you can eat it, and it's doing very well here. It's like, I guess it will droop down and then more will come out. This one is doing great here, which is great. Little yard art, little elephant, keeps the demons away. And my pine tree here, which it's growing. I'm happy about that. I'm not getting rid of it. I'm gonna keep it. A little engine that could. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Fantastic. The flowers do not go anywhere. They fall off, but they grow just as much as they fall off. So it's just like constant. It always looks great. I put some plexiglass up here because my neighbor allows their yard to go crazy, and I believe in prisons. So all of those weed needs to be in jail. They don't need to keep encroaching on my backyard. So I've gone and put plexiglass. I found it somewhere, so it was free. But I put plexiglass so it doesn't like take away the beauty of the fence, but it keeps these little assholes, little buggers in prison, and it keeps my yard looking nice. I worked hard, and I don't want to have to keep coming out here getting vines that have coming over to my side. That's not fair. So that's that. I have a seed packet here that had black-eyed Susan vines and some other types of vines in here. So hopefully that takes over, and it just be a nice little thing here of like vining plants and some color. You have the verbena plant here, lemon verbena, which I'm familiar with. This is like a flowering plant that has like pink flowers on it, and then I had these in here. This is all from the bargain bin at Lowe's, so it's like $1 worth of plants here that will provide color and beauty all summer long. Woohoo! My apple tree here is doing quite nicely. It's getting a little top heavy though. Hopefully the little puny little thing strengthens up before it gets too top heavy. I staked it in because the wind had it leaning one day. I was like, I don't want it to snap off. I know it bending and stuff like that will strengthen it up, but I didn't want it to go too far. So I just staked it. It's free to move and grow. But it's, just a little brace. I have this azalea bush here. It's like double the size since the seasons have changed. It's doing quite nicely. It dropped all its blooms because of the weather, but it was beautiful while it lasted. Here we go again. Another one. The name always escapes me. But look at the size of these leaves. Amazing. And these are edible. You can put these in salads. They're really peppery and delicious. But that seed packet was incredible. Look at that. That might just be the thumbnail. That's amazing. And it just keeps going. These flowers are not from this plant. They are from that tree, and they keep dropping down, but it's alright. This tree is doing great too. It's doubled in thickness as the seasons have changed as well. Look at that. Beautiful. It just never stops with the pink flowers, and that's a good thing. This has outgrown all of the damage. Okay, now it's time for the confession. This one, I did the same thing that I did with the other one. I buried it under the weed paper and mulch, and then I remember it. There's a hell of a hosta under there, so I had to dig it up, and I stabbed it and cut it, and it had a rough start. Poor little guy. But because it's such a healthy plant, it outgrew all of that. And I can always go in here and remove all of these damaged leaves and have it like it never happened before, which I might do one day, but it is doing great. Another vining juniper ground cover type of thing. It's doing well. Bargain bin at Lowe's, healthy. weed paper showing, but occasionally get some weeds right around the base. But it's doing good. It's hanging in there. This thing here, man, oh man, this is gorgeous. And I believe this is off the bargain bin, but this thing, it was green all winter long, all spring, and it's just beautiful. I would love to have them all the way down, but I want to. It's great. And the little run here has a nice variation of stuff, which is pretty cool. This area here is the family member that's a drunk. You know, the family, but they show up drunk and they're always staggering all over the place. So you kind of hide them in the back. It'll never be perfect back here, but it's okay. I took all the stones that were like a little half circle here, and I made a little edge here, and I might just cover this up with like a I don't know, straw or something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do straw because it'll rot down and it'll be a nice little rich bed back here, and I'll figure out something to do with this area eventually. But I just wanted that little edge there so to keep things separated. But I planted these marigolds here, and they all popped up. The seeds were amazing too. And so that'll take up there, and that'll be a nice little vine sculpture of marigolds. Not marigolds, morning glories. That's a marigold right there. All the rest of the stuff is weeds, and I'm not gonna fight with picking it. There's so much things that fall out of the tree that you can't keep up with the weeds. So I just kind of like threw all the fallen blossoms back here, and it's really rich soil, but it just looks ugly. But that's okay. This is a rhododendron right here. It has quadrupled in size since the seasons have changed. It's doing really well. It's like $1 off the bargain bin, but it's absolutely beautiful. I don't think I had very many blossoms this year, if any, but it put all of its strength into growing, which is great, which is what you want it to do. I mean, the greens are more important than the flowers. It didn't die over winter very well, so I'm happy about this. The little spiders in there. You trying to bite me, sucker? All right. But anyway, another bush here. I cut the top off so I can get more light down in there, which I think was very beneficial to the bush. Little yard art I moved over here. And this is lavender. It smells absolutely amazing. You can smell this from 10 feet away. I planted 3 of them in here yesterday, and they're perennial, so it'll come back every year. And I love the way that smells. Hopefully it'll be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and right here just be this pit of just a beautiful scent. I love it. Butterflies will come, the kids will be on the hammocks behind me, and that'll be great. I like a garden that provides beauty and enjoyment with very little effort. I don't want to have to keep coming in every year and replanting everything. Some people like that. I like something that just takes care of itself, and it just gets better and better every year. So, hi there. I got some elephant ears planted in here, and they're coming up. It's like 3 of them in here, so hopefully that'll come up right here and be a nice little feature. These are all weeds that need to go, but you know, again, I'm not fighting the weeds. I'll eventually whack all this stuff down with a weed whacker when it gets too crazy, but other than that, this is like the crazy corner. But I put these here. These are from the dollar store. These are like little tabletop or party things, but they keep the squirrels from digging your bulbs up and burying stuff. I didn't buy them specifically for this, but I noticed that when I put them out here and then squirrels run past it, they get scared and they run away. So here's a nice little tip: keep them there. They got like a heavy weight in them, and you can put them anywhere in the garden, in the vegetable garden, and they stop the squirrels from digging up your stuff. So just plop them down. You can move them around, and that's that. In this area here, which is the kids' area, I cemented in this post with these pipes and beautiful clips here for their hammocks, which are now soaking wet. And they come across here and they hammock and they swing and they just enjoy themselves and they talk and they laugh and they read books. So it's a great area for them here. Nice and sturdy. I want to put a light here, like a pole with a light with solar. So I think that'd be pretty cool too. I have these boots here, which have I got Susan vines in them, which will hopefully take over this square here and grow and just be a nice little art feature. So I have 2 of those. This bin here, which has the sedum in it. Some of the sedum is flowering, which is kind of cool. These flowers in here, I'm using them as mulch to keep the weeds out. And multi-purpose. I also planted some cosmos back here, so that'll be a nice little, I don't know how big it's going to get. These seeds came from a really big plant, so if it's big, that'll be cool. It'll burst of orange back here, but we'll see. But this will be green in here all year long, so I'm happy about that. Over here is the vegetable garden. The flowers, which are like 50 cents. So doing great. Kids really enjoyed that project and they're doing good. My carrots are doing great. I've just gone through and tried to pick out the weeds, but the carrots are, I mean, they're slow. This is the first time I've ever grown carrots. Second time actually, but this peas here, cucumbers here, my squash is there. I have my ladder here, homemade trellis. See that walking back there? That's not mine, it's my neighbor's. This is the ghetto. But we will be great in the ghetto. So hopefully as they grow, they'll take over this ladder and be awesome. That's a pepper plant here. That's a pepper plant there. That's a Bahut Jalokia back there. Really spicy pepper. Those are all my radishes came up. That's all my kale back there. There's about 18 kale plants back there, which is going to be awesome. Some of those I'll let go to seed, and some of those I'll use for eating, and some of those are for my aunt. She's already claimed hers. I planted 2 rows of onions here. I also planted a plant here from seed recently. It's like small little mini peppers. These are 3 Swiss chard right here. They're probably a little too close to everything, but they'll be fine. I have 2 tomato plants here and a marigold here. I have curly kale here. That's all mine because that's my favorite. I have marigolds there and the flowers here. So a small little garden, but I think it'll produce some really good things this season. And I'm excited to see those things come in. The kale has actually really taken off in the last 2 weeks. Have doubled in size, and excited about that. Freezing them. I'm not going to let any of that go to. We're talking about kale, and we lost connection. Hopefully you got all of that. I have some, what is it called? Zinnias right here with a packet of seeds. Some have come up, some haven't. I have this little sedum here, which rotted half of it. I think it's really moist here, but half of it is still living. And I have pumpkin seeds here, which are coming up. So I'm excited about that. But here are the children.
What's up, you?
So sign out from the video. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Bye. Peace out.